And there go my alarm.
Now on with your emergency.
Oh my god, they broke into my car. Oh my god, they got me. They got a bitch. They caught me slipping.
Now everybody sing that shit.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl TayPancakes, aka Taylor Stevens, aka Tay. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back, family. And if you're new to this channel, become part of the family by going ahead and hitting that subscribe button, thumbs it up, and here leaving a comment. Family check-in. Let's go. As you read from the title, honey, somebody broke into my shit. They broke in here and they got me effed up. Story actually happened like 2 weeks ago, so it's real brand spanking new, actually a week ago. All right, so let's paint the pictures. I came home for Thanksgiving. Me and my family decided to stay at a rec center and stuff, have tables, social distance. We got tested before, all of that. Last week, I was going to go get tested at a COVID center. My nearest drive-through testing place was at a church. It was a Baptist church. And I was like, okay, boom, yeah, so let's drive up there in the morning. Mind you, bright and early in the morning. Sun is out, sun is shining, beautiful day. I'm like, okay, let me go get tested so that way, you know I'm safe. I'm not gonna fly, I'm gonna drive, so I won't have to interact with people. And yeah, so I get to the church, y'all, and when I pull up, I see like a man flagging me down, like an older black man. He flagging me down. I'm like, oh, okay, so this must be where I need to go. I saw people in line over here, and I saw some people standing in line, which I thought was weird. I'm like, why are people standing in line? I thought this was drive-through. So I get up to the guy, and he's like, hey, are you here to get tested? Remember this. Remember this detail because it's important. He's told me, he said, we're not doing drive-through for the day. We're having people wait in line, which was true. There was people waiting in line with their masks, ready to get tested. So I'm like, okay. And they was doing like extreme social distancing. Like niggas was like a block from each other, which is true because it's either people here to get tested just to check, or you're here to get tested because you might have been exposed, or you here to get tested because you got symptoms. So yeah. The testing center was at the church. He told me, yeah, so I'm having everybody park over at the school. So this is the church, there's a fence, and this is the school. Like, they looked like it was sort of kind of connected, but you couldn't see because there was a bunch of, like, there was trees right there, but yeah. Anyway, so he was like, there's a parking lot over there. You see where those cars are pulling in. I have people parking over there, so go ahead and park over there, right? I'm like, okay. I'm at a church. I'm getting tested. I wasn't suspicious. It was, I don't know if it was a nice area. I don't know. The closest park I had was next to a dumpster. I pulled my car into the parking spot, right? Lie to y'all not. When I pulled into that parking spot, I had a gut feeling, and this is why I should listen to my feeling. I sat in that parking spot and I was like, huh, something don't feel right. Maybe I shouldn't park here, right? But there was nowhere else for me to park. And the weird part is the Baptist church had parking spots, and I saw a few people parked there, but he told me to come over here, and I saw other people with masks come over here too. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's over. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't question it because I'm here to get tested, bitch. And he was one of the officials that worked there. So I'm like, okay. I was like, I don't have a good feeling about this. I was on the phone with my mother, and I was like, I hope they don't. And I kept reading stuff about car break-ins in my neighborhood though, like. But I didn't live in the area where I went to go get tested, if that makes sense. Like, I live like 20 minutes from the testing place I went to. I'm in a school parking lot. There's a camera right there. Like, it's connected directly. It's too much going on over there for somebody to, it's traffic in and out of here. Like, people walking in and out of the parking lot. Like, there's no way. It's daylight. So I park my car. I take my camera because I had my camera and I was going to vlog getting my test. But the reason I took my camera wasn't because I wanted to vlog, because once I realized I couldn't do the drive-through one, I was like, I'm gonna feel awkward holding the camera in somebody's face in person, you know what I'm saying, while I'm getting my test. And I put my camera in my purse because I was like, no, I don't trust putting it in the glove compartment, none of that. I'm like, I'm putting it in my purse. I walk over to stand in line, right? The guy who told me to come over here waving at me. I'm like, hey, how's it going? Da, 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 with my mask. And I go stand in line. I was on the phone with my mother. I stood in line for 5 seconds. And there go my alarm. When I tell y'all I was in line, my car alarm is very distinct. It's very loud, it's very distinct, and it's very sensitive. Somebody can slightly touch my car a bit, and that bit gonna go off. Like, my baby barking, ain't that right, boo? My baby gonna be barking. Like, she got something to say. Don't touch me, I got something to say. So at first I'm like, okay, maybe somebody like tapped my car or like something. I ran over to my car, right? Literally, they couldn't have had time to take anything, so they didn't. I ran to my car, right? And I'm like, mind you, there's people in the parking lot. So I'm like, would you? I get over to the parking lot, honey, and when I get over to the parking lot, I'm like, oh, okay, my car's fine, because as I'm walking this way, I don't see nothing. Here's what I saw when I went to the other side. They had me so messed up, and I had to apologize to my car, because when I saw this, somebody broke my fucking windows bin. I hit my car, like I smacked my car, and she didn't deserve that, because she did her job. She was yelling and screaming. She like, "Ma, help me!" And I'm like, "Honey, I'm coming." Like, my baby was yelling, and I had a nerve to hear her. Like, my car ain't do nothing. God damn, nigga, stop staring. I'm staring. Anyway, so they break into my car window, and what is niggas looking at? People just be suspicious. Like, stop staring at me in my car. I got a knife and a fucking taser, bitch. Got a knife and a motherfucking taser. Try me. They stopped smiling quick, because I was like, the fuck. So I get to my car, my window is shattered, right? And this is not the crazy part. Like, I always say that in my stories, but this is not the crazy part. It gets crazy when I start thinking, like, did this nigga set me up to get my shit snatched? So my alarm went off, I'm crying, I'm like, oh my god, they broke into my car, oh my god, they got me, they got a bitch, they caught me slipping. I was so sad, and I'm like, all I could think was, why me? So Courtney's appointment, my best friend Courtney, for people that don't know her appointment for her COVID test was 15 minutes after mine. So she was gonna come later or whatever. She come in, right? I call her and I'm like, girl, where you at? My car just got broke into. And she was like, what? I'm like, yes, girl, my car just got broke into. I'm parked here. She said, wait, I'm here. Like, where are you? I was like, we at the church. She was like, I'm at the church too. I was like, well, he told me to come park because just to let you know they not doing drive-through testing. Listen to this. She was like, oh, I'm with the guy now. I said, what guy? She was like, I'm with the guy, the older guy, same guy I talked to. He just told me to get in the drive-through line. The drive-through line. Didn't your ass just tell me that there wasn't a drive-through line? So what you mean? I was like, Courtney, I said, ask that nigga. And I was pissed. And I don't know, Courtney don't like me cussing around her. I was like, girl, you better ask that mother. I was like, y'all, you better ask that mother. Why he telling you it's a drive-through when he told me there wasn't no drive-through? So you trying to set me up? Why you tell me to park in this sketchy school parking lot, huh? So she asked him, and Courtney was with all this shit. She was like, excuse me, you just told my friend to park over there because there was no drive-through. Can you tell me my options? And Courtney made sure she asked him both. He was like, oh yeah, you can stand in line if you want to, but there is a drive-through option. I said, excuse me? He told me that the drive-through wasn't open at all. And I know that I'm jumping too far ahead in the story. So Courtney was like, well, my friend's car just got broke into because you told her to park over there. And so he's like, oh my God, really? So Courtney comes over. I called the police. I had to call the police. I didn't even want to call the police because I'm like, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna get into that, but y'all ain't gonna do nothing. But anyway, my mom was like, call the police because if you want to file an insurance claim, you gotta have a police report. I said, all right, I do it for the money. Ma. You right. So I called the police. 911, what's your emergency? I'm like, well, my car just got broken into, bitch. Who the fuck can come up here? And they was like, what you mean your car just got broken into? I'm like, well, I'm at this middle school and somebody at the COVID testing center told me to park. She was like, wait, hold on, wait. Somebody told you to park at the public school? I was like, yeah, they told me to park at the public school, bitch. And she was like, ma'am. She was like, okay, we're gonna have a vehicle to you now. I gave her my location. Boop, boop, bam, bam, baby. Boom. So they called me back. It was 15 minutes. The police department called me back and they were like, hi, so it turns out since this happened, she was like, did this happen at the public school? I said, yeah, in the parking lot. She was like, well, we're gonna have to turn this over to the public school police. Who the fuck is the public school police? But they gonna have to turn it over to the public school police. I'm like, okay, cool, do that, cool. I'm gonna be here. I ain't got nowhere to go. My window bus open. Come. So anyway, the public school police called me, and it's a lady. She mad. She pissed. She like, hello? I'm like, hello? Like, we both got an attitude. Are you parked at the public school? I said, yes. And before you say anything, I got permission. I'm snitching. I said, I got permission from a man at the COVID testing center. If you guys would like to talk to him when he gets here, when you guys get here, that's fine. He's still working. He told me and a couple other people to park over here. And she was like, we didn't give them clearance for that. So y'all got me doing illegal activity. You got me breaking the law. You got me trespassing. And now my car broke into. And so she on the phone. She was like, okay, we're gonna have somebody there. So this other lady pulls up. So at this point, I'm warning everyone who's coming to park. I was like, listen, y'all, mayday, mayday. Everybody's like, yes, yes. I'm like, mayday, my fellow COVID testing individuals, come hither. My car just got broken into. Everybody's like, oh. I'm like, yes, they broke into my car, and like, I really wouldn't suggest you guys park here. He's lying. There are drive-through options. This how I know he was picking and choosing who he was telling the same story he told me, like that there was no drive-through. So everyone who was in that parking lot, I was like, just to let y'all know, he lied. They're still and I said it like this so that way I could see what their reaction was. Either their reaction gonna be like, oh, he told me there was 2 options, or for real. So I was like, yeah, he lied. He told my friend here, because Courtney was right there. Ray pull up with me. Courtney was right there. I said they told my friend here that she could go through the drive-thru. She came after me, but he told me that there was no drive-thru testing. I don't know what he told y'all, but I just want to let y'all know that it's an option. So this one white lady was like, wait a minute, so there's drive-thru testing? He didn't tell me that. Sound like a setup to me. Sound like a setup to me. Either a setup or a miscommunication on somebody's part, and it need to be fixed. So everybody, some people left, some people stayed. Listen, you want to stay, get your shit hit with a brick, that's cool. That ain't my problem. Can't say I didn't do my due diligence. Anyway, so I'm waiting for an hour for the police to get over there, and in this hour, the said perp, the Negro at the COVID section, came over to talk. So he comes over and he's like, hey, what happened? I don't know, just a little glass shatter, some glass falling from the sky, nothing crazy. My car broke into. What the frick you mean? What happened? And this is why he faked, because he heard me. This is what's crazy. When I was in the drive-thru line and I was running and sprinting to my car, he looked at me and was like, are you good? And I was like, I think something wrong with my car. So he knew something was wrong. Like, what you mean what's wrong? And I'm sure him and like the rest of the people heard me yelling and screaming saying, my car is broken into, oh my God. You heard me, nigga. If you can hunt, you can hear. He comes over there trying to play on innocent, whatever. He might be innocent. I ain't, I'm just, yeah. So he comes over and he's like, hey, like, what's going on? He's not innocent. He could be innocent for the car break-in portion, but he's not innocent for letting niggas park over here. And I'm gonna tell you the wildest shit he told me. No, I'm trying to play it cool. He was like, hey, is everything okay? I said, yeah, my car is fine. And I said it just, a little broken into, that's all. Just a little glass, nothing crazy, and we're good. So he's like, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. We've been doing this for almost a year and we've never had anything like this happen. I said, well, it did. And we was just awkwardly sitting there like, he just sitting there trying to make small talk, and he was like, yeah, we don't ever have anything like this happen. Have you called the police? I was like, yes, they're on their way. I said, they may want to ask you some questions, but they're on their way. He was like, oh, I don't know anything. I'm like, interesting. Very interesting. The same motherfricker who told me to park here knows nothing. So he was talking and chit-chatting. So get this, I was like, yeah, so the public school police department said that we aren't supposed to park here. Like, she was like, yeah, I talked to the guy at the school. He said that we could park here. Like, we've had like a unspoken thing with the guy for a while now. He said that people could park here, and yeah, we've never had any problems like this. So I'm like, yeah, well, I think you need like clearance or something for that. Like, I don't think you can just tell niggas to park at this public school. Like, I don't think that's a thing, like, sir. And he's like, yeah, well, the COVID people, they called the church to see if they could use the church for the testing, but we didn't ask for the parking. Let me paint y'all a picture. Let me find a picture. I know I'll find one, so I'm gonna insert it here. It was a very large parking lot around this mother freaking church, honey. Like, they could have had plenty of people do that, and a lot of, anyway. So basically what he said was, in his exact words, yeah, if we let people park in the church, we'll be liable for whatever happened. Excuse me? So you telling me, right, you make people park at the community, at the middle school, so y'all not responsible if something happened? That is some conniving shit. That don't sound like the work of the Lord. Y'all at a church. That don't sound like the work of the Lord. Y'all got people parking on the public school so that way y'all not held liable. When I'm pretty sure that part of the package of having a drive-through testing center where you're also gonna allow people to walk up and get tested, you should probably offer some space for them to park. They had a big behind parking lot. Which in which case stuff probably wouldn't have happened because there's more activity over in that parking lot. So this way I get crazy and where I'm like, it's too good. Them niggas got me too good. So when the police get here, right? First of all, the first thing I did was snitch. Excuse me, officer. I don't even like the police, but I dang said something. Excuse me, officer. Excuse me. If y'all want to question anybody, y'all need to go question that nigga over there. Because the only thing I was thinking was, y'all need to tell him to stop letting people park over here. Like, I know that he ain't gonna get in trouble or nothing, but just go over there and tell him to stop telling people to park here. Like, come on now. Like, first of all, I wasn't about to say I told myself to park there because then I would be at fault, nigga, because I wasn't even supposed to be parking. That's considered trespassing. So I'm like, well, just to let you know, like, I even told him, I said, don't give anybody over here like a ticket for trespassing or anything. Like, y'all need to go communicate with the COVID testing center over here and tell them that they need to stop telling people to park over here because all the people that's parked over here right now are from COVID, or from the COVID testing, just following directions. And of course, the police not doing their job right. They ain't do nothing. Like, they just took the description of my car and all of that. But the one thing they did do was they walkie-talkie to the place, yeah. And the lady, they was looking at the cameras of the school. Tell me why my car was parked. There was only 2 spots that the camera couldn't see. The camera had 2 blind spots, and my parking spot was one of them. So I'm thinking somebody was like staked out trying to find a car to hit. Like, they was probably waiting for someone to park there, because if enough people park, someone's gonna have to park in that parking spot. And I was the sucker. Sucker free, no Sunday, honey. They didn't have time to take nothing because my baby here, she started yelling and screaming as soon as she felt something wrong. She said, oh, someone's touching me, mom. Come get me, someone's touching me. And I said, baby, I'm on my way. Like, they bust her shit open and they had nothing to take. Like, that's why I know I didn't have like anything valuable out. Like, I have trash, like Starbucks cups and water bottles, but like, so they probably was just looking for the one for the one car that's gonna park somewhere the camera could see, because when she was looking at the camera, she was like, oh yeah, the cameras don't catch that little spot. So they just got me now. So they just got me. And honestly, if y'all want me to be 100% honest, I don't want to say I don't want them to catch the person, because there's nothing wrong with catching somebody, but the person probably was the holidays. Somebody's probably desperate and trying to get something. Or could have been like a homeless person. I don't know. But for some reason in the back of my head, when stuff like this happen, you know, some people be like, they gotta catch the guy who did this. I'm like, nigga, I just gotta get my shit fixed. Like, honestly, my mindset when I would have stuff like this happen to me, or like something like a little car break-in or something like that, like, honestly, I'm not gonna call it petty, because I mean, if somebody tried to take my car, that'd be something different. But when somebody break into your car and tries to like get something, not to say like I want God to handle that, but at the same time, my first thought is not like, oh my gosh, you guys have to go catch that guy. Like, oh my God, please catch him. Like, get that criminal off the streets. Like, that is not where my mind goes. The only reason I even called the cops was because I wanted to file a police report so that I can get my insurance claim to cover it. But I didn't even end up using my insurance because the officer was actually cool, and he was like, yeah, I wouldn't file it with your insurance because the deductible probably gonna cost more than, you know. And it didn't cost me much to fix my window fixed, but you know. Or, you know, even if I wasn't set up, that nigga was wrong for telling people to park up in that parking lot. Like, you are talking about him and Pastor. Then they try to give me, he said, hey, come on, sweetheart, let me get your number. I said, are you trying to hit on me? He was like, no. He's like, no, let me just take your number. I'll give it to Pastor and we'll see if we can do something for you. You ain't doing nothing for me. Y'all ain't finna call nothing. You ain't, so who the fuck is you lying to? You ain't about to call nobody. The pastor ain't about to do nothing. And guess what? It's been a week and I ain't got no phone call. You're lying. You ain't doing nothing. I already knew it. You was just trying to make me feel better. Somebody broke into my shit and it was your fault. It was your fault. I should have sued. But I didn't because I didn't feel like it. I just went ahead and paid my $200. So, yeah. Bottom line, it's the holidays. Lock your shit up, because niggas is coming for you. My car fishbowl, like, I'm gonna get me some tents. Like, my poor baby was violated. They didn't have to violate her like that. I'm like really sad for her. Like I feel bad because when I was angry, I let my anger get the best of me and I like kicked the front of my car. Like she didn't deserve that. She didn't do nothing. She was already hurt. Like me and my car in an abusive relationship. I really don't know how interesting that story was, but you know, I told it. Y'all said y'all wanted a story time. So story time, they broke into my sheet. So bottom line, don't leave that out in your car. Don't park in sketchy parking spots. Listen to your gut. Cause y'all understand, I've never had a strong gut feeling like I had that time. And like I really, when I came back and my car was broken into, I wanted to, the reason I was so angry and I hit my car because I wanted to like punch myself in the face and be like, girl, you felt this. Like you knew this was gonna happen. Why did you park here? Why didn't you listen to your gut? Like I could have saved myself money. I could have saved myself a repair. Like, but you know what? I'm gonna say everything happens for a reason. I haven't found a reason yet, but it happened. But anywho, that's that. Y'all can go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Go on, get this video a thumbs up and share to somebody so you know I can make the money back that having to break my window. This is my window. I don't want to show my window right now because right now it's go get that fixed by my dealer. Shit, but yeah, I've had an eventful. It was a hard day. I dropped my camera that day too. You know when you just had something bad happen and more bad shit happened, then you just want to fight? That was me. But yeah, that's it for this story time. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I just had to get it off my chest because niggas got me messed up. I ain't deserve that. Oh, I think I just made that dog bark. He thought somebody was barking. Yep, yep, crack. Like, comment, subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys enjoyed your holiday. A tea time with Tay will be coming next week. I'm sorry it didn't come this week because between my car getting broken into and Thanksgiving and all that, I didn't have time to do it, but I know y'all understanding. So I see all of you guys' emails. So I will have my tea time with Tay out next week, and I have another challenge posting soon. Let me know what other videos you guys would like to see. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe for your girl. Love you. Bye.